Okay. So, are we live? Live? Okay. Is that gimbal working or not really? Not really? Okay. Anyway, Don Leske here, senior. Boy, I tell you, Mama didn't raise no fool. Now, let me tell you, I've got a lot of accomplishments in my life, and you want me to focus on the lens and look at the camera? And what happens if I look off to a distance in reflection? I'm reflecting on something, and then come back to the camera. Is that okay? My wife is the producer and videographer and filmmaker. So she's the director of this mini movie. Anyhow, no, I just I want to say I've got some accomplishments in my life, like two. In March of 2017, we stayed with a fellow named Julian. He was a several degree master black belt in Taekwondo. And after seeing what I could do, he certified me in Taekwondo as a black belt. Black belts. Two. Not one. Two. We went all the way to Cuba to get one. But with all the many accomplishments, I don't need to go into it. And thinking, well, you know, I've learned about all there is to learn. Something happened today that woke me up, more or less, woke me up or shot me to my core. We've got this nice diesel here, and it's a 2018, it's a Freightliner frame, Pace Arrow, 33 foot, and it's a good rig. I mean, it goes up the hill just fine, but the only problem I had, the complaint I had, was braking, because I try to be easy on the brakes. I'm an ASC certified master auto mechanic as well, and you know I know my mechanics, but I'm not a diesel mechanic. So I was riding the brakes a little bit, trying to keep slowed down. My poor wife, she go, ah! Well, because she's thinking I'm going a little bit fast. And I said, honey, I'm doing, 49 miles an hour right now, or 55. Well, it's still too fast because we're going on a pretty steep hill. So as a result, I kept trying to slow down and not just ride my brakes a little bit and let it go. But inevitably they got a squeal going. When brakes squeal and make a noise like that, generally it's because they got a brake lining that's burnt. You got a burnt rotor pad or a brake lining. And that's why they squeal. So I was thinking, man, this, what I'd like to have is a Jake brake. And then I found out that Jake brakes can only be obtained when a vehicle is new, brand new. There you go, I just lost my mind. Anyway, it's a brake.
Exhaust brakes?
It's it's an exhaust brake. Very good. And it could be installed at any time. They make them for the Cummins engine. We have a Cummins diesel. So the more I Googled it and read up on it. This brake will work. Doggone fly. Where's that fly swatter, honey? Look at that son of a gun.
Can we stop this?
Anyway, no, don't worry about it. But it can be installed. It's about $1,300 for the materials and about $149 labor. I thought, doggone, that's what I need. I need to get whatever I need to make this vehicle more safe. And the way it works is you let off the gas and you push a button or whatever, and it doesn't make a noise like a Jake brake. A Jake brake has a real throaty, loud sound. You know, like that when it's slowing down. But this kind of brake doesn't have one. I mean, it just is quite pretty much quiet. But it'll slow a vehicle way down. It'll save 50% on the life of the brakes. Well, saving 50% on the life of the brakes is great, but what I want to save is our life and be more safe. So I started calling, and different garages said, no, we don't have time to do it. Another garage said, well, it'll be at least a week out, and then I'm going to need several days, you know, so we didn't want to spend a couple weeks waiting around. Well, I tried calling a factory. Banks makes a braking system, and from what I was reading and digging into, it's a pretty good one. So finally this morning, I called this one shop in San Antonio. We're near San Antonio, Texas right now. Some people call it God's country. Now, I don't know why I left the Tacoma area and all the rain and cold and misery just to get to San Antonio, and it's raining like hell. There's been a storm coming through. I'm giving credit to Billy Hill, also known as Billy Blue, fine photographer, excellent radio host, and realtor. They're pretty bad. Okay, check him out. I've got a couple pictures that I'll probably insert into this of the Corpus Christi area. We're headed for Corpus Christi, and that's the Gulf Coast. And we want to go to those islands over there and beaches and enjoy that. Anyway, I called this one shop here. Gosh, I wish I could remember that guy's name. He's a nice guy. But he told me that he said, hold on a minute, he checked something. Then he came back to the phone and says, you know, up until 2012, that's right, you get those kits to install on all the older vehicles. But since then, 2013 and newer, they come factory installed with that braking system. He said, are you sure you don't have a button somewhere on your dash that says auxiliary brake or brake override or something to do with the brake? I said, no, I've been learning a lot about the coach. I found that I could tilt the steering wheel. I found that I could telescope it by the same process. Up, down. See that? Look at that. So I learned these things along the way. Lo and behold, I found a button here and it says retarder. Here is a picture of the retarder button. I just never paid attention, never noticed it. And in my mind, I'm thinking retard, you know, like a mentally incompetent person. But there's this button here. There's a utility light, there's a retarder, ICC, I still don't know what that is. And here's the auxiliary start. I'm assuming if the car battery goes bad, this will kick in the batteries for the house battery, if need be. The guy said, retarder, that's it. That's your brake. He said, have you used it? And I said, no, I didn't want to be retarded. What? I don't know. That's in my mind. Retarder. I don't want to hurt that man. I might make my coach retarded. My coach suddenly start getting ignorant or do something. He said, no, that's your braking system. He says, push that. There, you see that? Put it on. It's on right now. He said, put it on and leave it on. I said, really? I said, yep. If you haven't been using it, you can actually damage the system there because it'll build up soot around the valve, that retarder valve. So in this case, retarder is a good thing. So, golly, gee whiz. I would have never figured that out. And now I feel about as ignorant as can be. Shoot, man. Retarded. But not. So, we left a park here an hour ago. We've gone up and down a few hills. We saw one rig that was crashed up against the side of a hill, but we couldn't get pictures of it in time before we went right by it. Anyway, but when I was going down these hills, pretty steep incline, about a 6% grade, I took my cruise control off and I gently applied the brake a little bit to slow down. After that, I never touched my brake again. Whenever I let go of the gas pedal and going down a hill like that, it seemed to know there must be a leveling system where the retarder knows I'm going down a hill, because it would just slow right on down. Now I can shift down. I got a shifter here. Take pictures of the shifter, honey. This is a Freightliner. This is how Freightliners do. If I'm in drive, the D, all you do is click the down button. It'll go from 65 to 55 to 45, and that's the numbering system, and it'll shift the automatic transmission down. Well, I never had to use it at all. This coach actually, going down a steep hill, it just started going slower and slower until I literally had to step on the gas pedal to keep going downhill. I believe this coach would have come to a dead stop, but it would just gently, very gently start slowing down more and more. And it's the most freaky thing. But please, folks, if you got a motorhome that's newer than 2013, it might not be called a retarder valve. It might be called an idiot valve or something. I don't know. This fly is going to have to go outside. If he comes around again, you got to go. But I have never felt so stupid, ignorant in all my life to have not figured that out. But I refuse to read the manual. The manual is that thick with all the papers that come with it. I haven't even read all these books I got. Pan all that front window books, honey. See all the books? I got books by Dan Bongino. I've got Nikki Haley. I got her book. Michelle Malkin. Witch Hunt. Things about the President Trump. I love these books. I want to read them. Mainly, I bought the books to help support the people that wrote them as a good Republican. Now, there's that fly. Shit. Another one came in. Anyway, thank you very much for producer Emily. Are you tell me our time's up? Have we got 45 minutes in yet? That's what we're hoping.